Now we just wait for the goods to roll in. One of each shard and whatnot is at least better than none. Yeah, we got a notched whip, so let's look at the stats on that. That is also Hoover Dex. I'm gonna look something up. Make it at Dark Souls 3. Weapons. Whip. Notched whip, spotted whip. Which one is better? Spotted whip has a higher base damage. Now the real question that is on my mind, bosses. Soul of Cinder. He's immune to poison, but he is vulnerable to bleed and frost. So yeah, we're rolling the notched whip. Wait, phase 2 to see if a difference? No, it's the same. Alrighty. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. Can I infuse? I can infuse the notch whip. Well, let's first camp it off. Oh, we don't have the chunks. We need 6 more. 5 more now, but sell, 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 and sell. Be careful. Purchase. Reinforce. So 204 plus 65, so that's 269. And if I were to put raw, wait, did I not max it? I did. Wait, what? Why is it showing it weaker now? What? It showed the 204. But is it counting like... No, is that counting two-handed? I won't lie, I am more than a little confused. But why is it saying that's better? Because even by that math, it'd be 250. It isn't better. Tune spell. Flashlight is probably the only thing that's going to be useful in this upcoming fight. Just to give us periodic fire defense boost, which will probably just reduce damage from the basic attacks. I'll be honest, it isn't going to do much. Let me see. I just want to see something. Well, I'll give it this over the old one. The old one, you still had to beat a boss before you could redeem their soul. And this one, you just need to have their soul at any point. I still don't like this stuff being shuffled. Alright. Vorboy. What do I need? Next level 22. Let's take a look at our rings. We're not going to need those. That's for damn sure. Thunderstone plate ring will actually be useful. It's better than nothing. It's a snot drop of HP, but who knows? Maybe we'll survive with like 1 HP left, and then we can be like, oh, it works. And there we go, opens up the way to the final boss. As intended. The Banana Man hath been christened. Bonfire lit, yo. Let's squeak out a level in the Dread Keep. That'll make this a little bit quicker. I just don't want to waste souls. And besides, there's nothing wrong with a little grinding to help ease our burden. Right. Oh yeah, we can see what Granny has for sale. If you, please give me some Estus shards and Boneflow shards. Dang. Take the plunge. And let the feast begin. Ow. You see what I was talking about with overtuned damage in the last time I played this? Ow. Oh, there's another Markman over here. Forgot about you. Anyway, until I can get my preferences redone for Dark Souls 3, I probably won't include it in my asyncs. You're definitely never going to see me use it inside of weeklies. You can actually punch and attack this guy, did you know that? It's one of the few plunge and attackable enemies. And with that knowledge, it makes a certain segment in the second half of the Dreadcape DLC a lot more manageable if you go for the strat of oh, damn. Anyways, there's a part where there's like, I think, let me count, I think there's there's either 6 or 8 of these guys. Fuck it. Punch and attack! Oh. Guess it wasn't far enough. Come over here. Oh. I just want to plunge and attack you for the giggles. Even if it's just with my fist. See? Ain't that a giggle? There we go, that's enough to level up. Howdy boob, how you doing today? Doing okay? Good. I guess we'll go with Dex. Okay. Travel to kill him the first time. Alright. Let's do this. So, human pine resin. No. And even the Estus ring would be appreciated to boost how much I get. Ow. Roll. Ow. Oh man, he's a magic man. No. Oh yeah, I forgot he can re-aim that. Because he's a cheetah! This is rough with only a few flasks. Curved sword. Flash Sweat. If you're wondering why we're not two-handing the whip since we're not attacking with our pyromancy, it's because the notch whip does not benefit from strength. And all two-handing actually does, damage-wise, is it boosts ow. No, not that. Now we gotta wait. Couldn't use it fast enough. What? It still consumed it? Anyways. What was I saying? Two-handing. All two-handing will do for a whip is change its moveset. And it's kind of slower than this You basically only want to use it if you want those sweeping attacks like this. It almost inverts the kind of slashing you're doing. But since this thing has no strength scaling, it does not benefit from two-handing, because two-handing just multiplies your strength stat by 130%. So I think it's 130. And it does go past the hard cap of 99. So you have my character Steven in Elden Ring. He has 99 strength. And I use a giant crusher with a heavy modifier. So that gives it S tier strength scaling. Two-handing it makes it the most powerful weapon in terms of raw numbers in the game. And that's just in base game. No DLC needed for Elden Ring. Giant Crusher also has a unique charged R2, which is neat. Ow. This does not look good for the Homestar Runner. You want to know the annoying thing? When I usually take on Soul of Cinder early like this in a randomizer before, that was with like much better flasks than this is. I might just start hinting for undead bone shards. Ow. Because I'm not super good at this, even though it's not the hardest final boss. Howdy, Trev, how you doing today? Hang on, let me fiddle with my client for a moment. Disconnect, reconnect. One hint undead bone shard. Is that all of them? Int Estus shard. Fuck. You going to eat soon? Nom well. Okay. Try this again. So we're going to swap back to the one we always use. Fatty. Ow. Delayed attacks. But yeah, it's Elden Ring that only did that one, right? People are just pissy that Margaret kicked their ass, which is what he's supposed to do. Ow. You can use that. Ow. Yeesh. Ow. Bitch! Ow. Alright, second form for me. Plun plun plun. Ow. Eh. Tragic. Bruh. Circle strafing! Circle strafing! What is this, Market? Bitch. Ow. I keep expecting him to put up his soul masses. There he goes. And I missed. Oh my goodness. And I couldn't go fast enough. Oh well. Again, surely it was only Elden Ring that had bosses with delayed hits. Says knowingly. Slurp. Ow. I was expecting a form shift. Ow. Ow. Second form. And of course it eats my thing without actually healing me. Roll catching more than meets the eye. Bitch. Just to get that off the field. Bro! Have a good board. You bitch. What level am I? 62. Can't remember. Cinder. Well, this list summons. You have to do the Lord of Hollows quest line. Tragedy. I mentioned I really don't like using melee in this game. Because I don't. Enemies move way too fast and are very unstaggerable. So you often wind up trading blows. Or doing what I've been doing and just, like, taking tiny pot shots when I can, and sometimes trade blows. You can't ever actually do an actual combo, because you'll just get your shit kicked. Man. I have a thought. Travel to this area. There's supposed to be a grub in here. Let's relocate tributes. X39. And all of it into Dex. Travel. Killing. Roll catched. Nice roll catch. Another one. Just gotta delay that swing. Bitch. Missouri, please. That would be great if the Soul Cinder was vulnerable to poison, but she isn't. Stop doing fast swings, damn it. I know I can't counter those very easily. Bitch. Ow. I'm just gonna stay away from him when he's like this. And then he's gonna do that, which is power within, but for cheaters, because it doesn't hurt him. Well, bitch. Use it! Come on! It consumes it, but it doesn't heal me, so I just get the shitty end of the stick on like both ends. Like, come on, man. Do I have the same tree bellvine? I wonder. I have a crystal chime. Delayed attack. Surprised he didn't use power within. Ugh, and I couldn't roll into it! Might see if I have something like Soothing Sunlight to boost my HP regen. No! Bitch! And it's going to consume it, and I'm not going to get... Oh, I did get healed! Just narrowly used it fast enough. Replenishment. Dark Souls 3 and replenishment and chime healing stack. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, use your power within. I'll soup up too. One second. We did it, guys. We beat the game. I'm just like, I can do this, but I really don't want to spend the time doing it. Let's move on to another game. We spent long enough on this boss. Let's see. What game shall we move on to now? We haven't done Yashi in a bit. Let's go take a gander, shall we? What? That's right, it goes into the vor hole. Well, first, let's just go into a level. Anyway. Again, I will do DS3 only after I can choose to not shuffle things that are missable. Period. Full stop. And not shuffle my bone shards and flasks, please. What the fuck? That is ungroovy. Welcome back. I'm Yoskovich. Poochie. Onwards, my steed. Some good levels here. And I'll be honest, I don't know what I have or haven't. I guess we can confirm one thing. We don't have the key yet. Well, we got Jump Rock. Oh, we do have Copter. You know what? We never use Copter in this area. Let's use it. No ice melones. You know, they say you can't eat your problems away, but it sure seems to work for Kirby and Yoshi, don't you agree? Oh, we got eggplant. That's also good. I forgot that Bumputties could steal Baby Mario if he's floating around. Melon? We do not have melons activated yet. I blame check the lump. feel like I'm missing a coin. I am. Where could I be missing a coin at? There it is. Weird. Beetle, beetle. Got the only things that matter. Need large Bing Bing for that. Pretty sure. So, if I have any magnifying glasses, let's absorb them. They just take up space and they do nothing! Nothing! Because I specifically turned on the thing where the effect is always on. The magnifying glass item, for those who don't know, it turns red coins red. The funny thing is, if you pay close attention, the shading on red coins are different from gold coins. Oh, no exclamation mark switch. So you can see which ones are red without even needing the magnifying glass if you are so determined. It'd show, but of course, since red coins are always red, can't do that. And of course I don't show in my speed runs because it's just going to be a time loss. Maybe if we have a bad run, I can show it before I can it. But that'll be back when we start doing speedruns again, which will of course be post async. You know, something funny in media, they always have spears be like, oh, this is a primitive weapon, but in reality, spears are one of the best kinds of weapons you could ever have. It's like, oh, it isn't as eloquent as a sword, this pointed stick. Well, no, it's actually really effing fantastic because it keeps you away from your enemies and you can poke your enemies. And if you need to, you can also use it as a projectile. Oh, we have dash platforms. How about that? Like, there are a few YouTube channels that go over, like, medieval and historic weapons. And also, strange fighting poses you might see. Where it's, like, the people aren't being goofy or whatnot. There's legitimate strategy in various things. And something like a halberd is one of the best things you could ever have because it's useful for, like, you know, you can chop tree limbs and stuff if you need to or whatnot, but also you can do so much thing. Yeah, so much thing with you can do so many things with a halberd. It chops, it stabs, it keeps your distance. Howdy, Walterhund, how you doing today? Swords are really only useful for close quarters combat, and is usually your last resort, as it were. You typically use those when you're, like, in a castle corridor or something you don't need a lot of space in order to fend off a foe with. So you can still maneuver, but you wouldn't want to run out into the middle of the battlefield with that being your starting weapon. You'd want to use something like arrows or spears as the first line of defense or offense. Hang on. Aha! We can beat this without large spring ball. Eagle. But yeah, spears being shown to be primitive weapons really isn't the case. Spears are just really good in general. And I'm also pretty fond of spears in general, which is why when they cut them out of the Elder Scrolls series, I was a little sad. I liked using it. And it was one of the weapon types that were native to Argonians. Since I always played as Argonian, so like... It was just a shame. I don't like how simple it is nowadays. I hope Elder Scrolls 6 reintroduces a lot of forgotten weapon types. And also that they don't have Emil Pagliarello on the writing team. Let me go get me some water. We also need to bring back acrobatics and unarmed, of course. Prince Ravi's fort. Oh boy, will we be fighting the boar boy? Come here. Spabubbering! Zubumafu. In the borehole with you. Squink squink. Transmogrify them to stars and swallow them whole. Like, that's one thing I really hope the Oblivion Remaster is basically a test ground for reeling back into a more like the older games sort of Elder Scrolls. Like it's a test ground for Elder Scrolls 6 using all that. I haven't played the remaster, but like I know some people complain about like the loss of some of the little touches in the game. But like functionally as a gameplay standard, the hang on, brain is fizzling a bit. Things like the stat allocations when you level up, it now no longer changes depending on what you've leveled up, which I am more for. Because I know some people bemoan the loss of it. I think it's honestly probably a good idea because I'd rather just smoothly play the game than have to sweat. Okay, I'm getting mighty close to a level up. I better just farm points in these skill classes so I don't lose out on the stat points permanently when I level up. It becomes more of a, I can use what I want and play the game how I want. And manage my stats to, you know, min-max what I like. But that's just, you know, my impressions from an outsider looking in. Oh, what is the Vor Boy? You know what they say about Vor, you're always hungry for more. Ah! Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. You know what? Let's do this the fun way. It's something unique to this boss fight is that you can ramp up and rubber band the eggs off the walls of the stomach. It's one of the things that makes that boss fight fun. Even though I do cheese it down to just jump up and spit Shy Guy. Okay, roll the Trump rock. You know what they could do for the Oblivion remaster? They could add new DLCs. Which would be really cool and would really incentivize people to give the remaster a spin. So how would I rate the Elder Scrolls games on my personal favorite to least favorite or something? I haven't played enough of Daggerfall to really make myself have a real opinion of it. And I kind of feel that way about Elder Scrolls 1 as well, but also I feel like I've also played enough of Elder Scrolls 1 to have the feeling of, yeah, this ain't for me. Illinois. Anyway. So, Daggerfall won't be on this list, but from least favorite to most favorite, least favorite would be Arena, and I feel like that's going to be the case when I do eventually play Daggerfall, so it'll remain at the bottom. So, fourth place, Arena. Third place, Oblivion. The game was okay, but there are too many game-breaking bugs. And not in a, whoa, this is overpowered sense, but in the, if you rented a room at this inn before starting the Mages Guild, then you are permanently locked out of the Mages Guild, just because the quests won't progress. Those kind of bugs. It really sours the experience, and eventually, after gingerly playing through the game, I haven't beaten the main story. I've been doing like everything else but the main story. But it gets a little silly that after a while, all the bandits start having like glass and Daedric armor. And it's also the start of Bethesda's lazier design of the games. But it still has a lot of charm to it. It's still an enjoyable game. And Emil Pagliarillo only wrote a couple of things for it, so it's not a complete stinker. It's definitely a goofier, lighter-hearted Elder Scrolls than what Morrowind was. Second place would be Skyrim. I know there's like this weird thing where people either like it's the greatest game ever or it's complete irredeemable dog water, but I feel both are wrong. The game feels pretty nice to play. Like, back when it was my second ever played Elder Scrolls, with my first experience being, of course, Morrowind. It's like, I like a lot of the gameplay improvements. It, however, does suffer from simplification. The magic system is so squished down and not the best thought out. Most of magic is pretty worthless. And of course, as the stories go, everyone becomes a stealth archer because that's honestly the best way to play the game. And I remember distinctly when the game came out, I was like, I think like the perfect Elder Scrolls game would be like the game feel of Skyrim with the depth of Morrowind. Oh yeah, that's second place in my heart. Good game, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I'm missing 4 red coins? What? So, routine check for... Okay, no more magnifying glasses, good. Oh. There we go. Oh, CPS on Yoshi, he's getting high with the kid again. No. Of course, number 1 is Morrowind. It's just got too much going for it. And the game just sort of... But we can't do this stage. It has a way of sucking you in, like Kirby. It's not to say it's a perfect game or anything, but it's a damn good 9 out of 10. Hey, go. We won't be able to complete this one because we need the key. Woo! We need to get there. Because that was a thing for one. It's a 2-for-1 bargain. There we go. Bruh. So, where do we point up here? $5 rupees. Yes! We managed to fail. Got the Yoshi flu, just pop him in the freezer. I'm sure he'll keep for weeks. Wash him 'cause he freaking reeks. So does anyone got crazy plans for the weekend? I know I don't. So the 3 Emily is away games. I don't know what those are, but I hope you have fun. It's about someone who's away from AOL Instant Messenger. Okay. Trying Digimon out. Which one? Oh. At least got 2 up, but I was hoping to get the jackpot. Digimon Survival, the turn-based RPG. I haven't got to try that one yet, sadly. But it is on my to-get eventually list. I noticed that Digimon World Next Order is on Steam. Which, if you want a game that's an absolute time sink, that is one for you. Just be aware, play the game on easy mode, because the game was not balanced for quotation marks normal and hard. If you're wondering what the difficulties do, normal mode halves the amount of stats your Digimon gain when they level up, and hard mode halves it even more, so you're making 1/4 the stats. And as I stated, the game's not balanced for that. The lore, trademark copyright as it goes, is that the original game released in Japan was deemed too easy, and so they made the arbitrary normal and hard modes for the West when they localized it. Trouble is, there are some Digimon that require extortionately high stats, but you can literally never reach them if you play on normal or hard, because when your Digimon rebirth, of course their stats dramatically decrease. Star Trek Next Generation, Birth of the Federation. Oh? She plays the Borg? That sounds interesting. But anyways, other than the snafu with the difficulties, just play on easy mode and you'll have a good time if you like digital pet racing sims mixed with RPGs. And the game is a direct sequel to Digimon World 1 way back on PS1. So, if you liked Digimon World 1, you'll probably like Next Order. Because it's pretty much the same thing, but with a lot of quality of life features, and you raise 2 Digimons at once instead of just the one. You saw someone playing one and recognized the outfit. You want to know something funny about Digimon? Everything is canon. Including censorship from localizations. Like, I forget which series it was, but there was Bomber Nannymon in one episode of the anime, and because of some event that happened, I forget what, when they brought it over and localized it, they changed Bomber Nannymon into an orange instead of being a bomb. And now that Digimon is canon. If you're wondering how everything can be canon, it is a multiverse sort of thing, which I know people are tired of it nowadays, but this happens long before that oversaturation in the market. Which is why the events of Digimon Adventure 02 did not is not canon in the Digimon Tri-universe, but it is in another universe. And the events of I don't remember what the name of it is. The essentially remake of Adventure 1. That is a separate canon from the original. Basically, meanwhile, in a parallel universe, is basically the gist of it. Well, that does present a bit of a sticky wicket, doesn't it? I guess we can't beat it, but we got pretty far. This is the underground maze, isn't it? Yeah. We can't do anything here. Scary Skelegoonies. We can at least get stars. Lucky Candy. You're too strong. How strong? So strong. Lucky Candy. Extra stage 3, okay. Oh, which one was that? Oh. One is Poochie Ain't Stupid. 2 is the Dreadful Peace Switch stage. 4 is that sewer fort, which is an interesting stage with unique enemies. Well. Bruh. Can you please look over there? Oh my goodness. Arr. Why can I not get this? This isn't even a hard shot. Oh my goodness. I know World 6 is the one that's like the best of castles, where they just put all the castle assets into one map, basically. Key. I don't have beanstalk. Yeah, we can't do anything else. Oh yeah, more jungle. And more monkey madness. This level is also not a happy, good feel level, if I remember right. It's because of the Shy Guys that run away with coins. Yeah, extra 5 is the one that's Kamek's Revenge. And it's the only other skiing stage in the game. And you're constantly being attacked by Kamek in various ways. I say various ways, but it's all the ways he always attacks you with. In Baby Bowser Castle. Oh, you fucker. We got everything. That level's actually a little bit more of a headache on the GBA version because of the screen crunch. Part of a balanced breakfast. And that's all I want from this. Tempted to grab the POW, but nah. We got plenty of POWs, we don't need that many. Anyhow. But, yeah, we can look to see if have we gotten any other extras. No. Okay, works for me. I don't know if we have skiing yet. Danger, icy conditions ahead. And we do not have flame activate. So, pocket melon. What could it be? Okay, we got a few, but let's still try to not biff this. Lovely bonus round. Don't care. To the shadow, I'm with you. Okay, now we just need to not biff it. Then we are clear. Haha! Alright, do we have skis? The big question of the day. Yes! No! Okay. Understandable. Have a nice day. Ghost platform! Our bestest buddy in the whole wide world. And we don't have key, so again, we can't beat this level. But can collect everything. That is fire flowers for Mario World. One more progressive power-up, and that's flight. Actually, let me look. Bloat, where are ya? What do we have? Progressive power-up. Times 1? Question mark? Hello? Guess it's gonna take a bit to show. But yeah, I guess we didn't get one from one, so. Moving forth. Oops, today's ping. Anyway, continuing forth. Eating everything in sight. You won't escape me. Get in my belly. Here we go. She flew, let's pop him in the freezer. I'm sure he'll keep for weeks. Wash him, versus he freaking reeks. Where we're sitting. Did I miss one? I don't remember. My brain is not playing friendly with me. Okay, we were good. Okay, good. Pizza Hut. Bonus coin to Choco Chimp. If we have enough time, we'll probably do some DKC3, because we haven't done any of that since like the start of the Async. Sir, that is rude and uncalled for. Thank you, baseball boy. Ow. What? Checking one more. Okay. Alright, first person to choose number 1 through 6. Five. Tragedy. Nope, and that's doing to me. Which is funny because he's only here in like the first half of the stage. Eat monkey. Egg. Oh, yeah. Pizza Hut. Funny tall shy guy. He's full of beans. Are you a fiend for beans? I'm a bean fiend. Four. We will say the word vor in the stream until it loses all sense and meaning. Ow. I don't know why everybody hates baby nappers, but people thought it's good for kids to take a nap, you know? I'll have to work on that joke. Oh, he knows what a meatball feels like. $5 rupees! Alright, pick another. I'll get me some more water in the meantime. Feeling one? Well, one feels you. So close. This level absolutely drowns you in stars for some reason. Let's just ride. Having a chill time. More stars! Even though, like, none of these enemies can actually hurt you. They just bounce you around, really. I'll take the melon. And then after this stage, we'll swap over to DKC3. I'm paranoid. I'm going to go down there and check. Pretty sure it's just... yeah, it's just that. High jump boots, hot dang. You may be like, why would that matter? You already have space jump. Well, it makes certain jumps when you're in like Morph Ball much easier. I don't have to do this funky curling midair with enough momentum to shoot me up into certain spots. I can just go. So my space jumps will be a lot more meaningful. Hatch cards, I don't care, man. And that's that. That's that. Choco Chimp. Potassium time. Heck yeah. Okay. I guess that was something from Milan. And another empty cave. Okay. Is this the one? No. Da, 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 da. This is the one. If you can't tell, I am getting quite uncomfortable. That's why we don't go beyond 3 hours. I've still been playing a lot of Fallout 4. Been meandering around the mod stuff, and also doing things from the base game. Or I should say, how would I put it? Vanilla? Because base game would insinuate without the DLCs, and I've been doing the DLCs. Oh! More magic for Lincoln. I meant to jump down, but okay. Well, alright, a big fat goober. Emphasis on big and fat. And goober. There we go. Oh no! So anyway. My brain was saying to go, but my body was not wanting to. Well, let's just die. I don't recall there being any more Kong barrels along the way. Nope, there's one. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Here we go! Power Star. Title Trouble. Really wish they used the lake theme more than they did. This is like the prettiest stage set. Such a wasted opportunity. I think there's once upon a time I thought it was only possible to get up there using Kitty's little bounce technique. Actually, no, we're gonna keep the Dixie just so we can grab the one up at the end. Maximum pink. Another one of my unfavorite levels. It's mostly the Quox segment. Because Quox is a disappointment to everyone. And it's absurd that he gets more showtime than Squawks does in this game. Took that hit because I had to let go to itch me ear. There he is, the purple disappointment. To be honest, I like the way he looks. It's just that functionally, he's just shite Squawks. And it's honestly a shame. I don't dislike this level as much as I dislike Poison Pipeline, though. Oh, come on. It's just, I want to be able to spit eggs at the enemies, you know? I'm gonna try to take this with me. Alright, there we go. Get out of here. You don't need it to get in here. You can slip in, but it's just easier to take it out there. And there he is, the superior parrot. You know, they could have done a cute thing where it's like having you swap between the two and have Quawks, of course, deal with like throwing metal barrels to hit certain guys that Squawks can't hit with eggs. That would have been a cool idea. But they sadly don't do it. I'm purposely not killing these guys because I was hoping to get a little bit more of a speed boost, but there we go. It's not necessary, but I just like doing it. Power Star. Anioka! Floating fish. This is another anti-favorite. It just kind of sucks to go through. I'm generally not fond of lighting things, like limiting vision of players in games. It annoys me more than anything. I mean, I can still see even with it dim, because I keep my hovel shaded from the sun as best as I can. But there's also a few spots that just kind of suck to get through. Seen or no. And, like, I can get through the sucky spots without taking a hit 90% of the time. But that's the problem. It's 90% of the time. There's still a fat 10% chance that I'm just going to eat shit and die. This level also really preys on my inability to not move. And we're coming up to the suckiest part. It's not hard, I just don't like going slow. There we go. Hey, we made it in without taking damage. Here we go. Ow. Another power star. We didn't send Ellie into the abyss. And that's where we're going at today. Thank you all for coming out. I always appreciate the company, as it's basically the only socialization that I get. Next time, probably more async. Let's cash in our cogs and coins real quick. Dang, we already have 3 of our cogs. There's only one more out there. Bazinga! And 1 level. Ba 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 bow! Blazing bazookas. Alright. Peace, love, dope. See you next time. Bye.